Hey climbers, and welcome back to the Treehouse. My name's Ree and this is the tarot tree, and today we're going to be doing the reading on what seeds are you planting? What are you manifesting into your life right now? Okay, that's what we're going to be asking. So today I have 3 piles for you guys. Got pile number 1, pile number 2, and last but not least, pile number 3. So if you just want to take a moment to see which pile you're most drawn to, and that will be where your messages can be found. So I'm going to pause here so you can get a good look at the cards. Just use your intuition. There's no wrong or right way to go about this. Just see which card you're most drawn to. And I guess I'll see you in your pile. Hi pile number 1s. If this is the card you picked, then these are the messages from Spirit for you. Okay, so we're looking at what seeds are you planting, what are you manifesting right now? And it looks like you guys drew the Phoenix card. It says ignite. Not condescending in the least bit, but confident in life's opportunity, Phoenix laughs in the face of failure. It scoffs at the very perception of it and asks, "What is that? Not something I shall stew upon. There is much to do. Experience gives me insight and wisdom without which I might die. It is essential to my existence, as requisite as food and water. After contemplation, after releasing fear, and after consciously and purposefully taking action, you shall ignite and ignite others as you courageously blaze your path." So, whew. Okay, pile number 1, you guys are not mucking about. You're here to make something big. Your passions are being reignited. Okay, so what I can see from this is what you're manifesting is a whole new passionate beginning. Okay, you may have experienced an end, because phoenixes always remind me of that kind of notion of rising from the ashes. You may have come out of something, death, and now a death of some sort, and now you're ready to come back, transform, rebirth, rejuvenation. And it's like you're stepping into your power. You're manifesting this now. You're manifesting that kind of energy into your life, that chariot, go-getter, Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy, or that fire energy is what is associated with here with the fire. Oh, and it's very exciting. And what's more exciting is it seems to be that it's just not going to be your life you're going to be changing with this, okay? It's saying that you're going to be setting out a path that may be encouraging and inspiring others, so that's great. So let's get a little bit further in with your oracle cards now. I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards to get a little bit more a little bit more in depth about what this sort of manifestation is, what this seed is that you guys have been planting. See different you may be at different points in this journey, but let's get a little bit more insight onto what exactly this journey is, because it definitely seems like there's been a fire lit underneath you guys, and that's really cool. So let's just give this a bit of a shuffle. Okay, what can you give me for our pile number 1s? Okay, our Phoenix ignite. The passion is coming back into their lives. What cards can you give me for that? Okay. Oh, we have a message. Interesting. Communication. Oh, something just flew out there. It's a break. Oh, okay, you're definitely breaking free from something. Okay, and this is setting you free into a whole new endeavor. Interesting. Off the bat here, I'm getting slightly that some of you may be handing in your resignations and setting off on a whole new career path with this. So that's what I'm getting from the message and the break. So give me one more card. We have ring, commitment, promise, and devotion. Very interesting. Okay, so what are you manifesting into your life right now? So what I can see here, pile number 1, is you're manifesting a brand new passionate beginning, okay? And it's going to come off the back of, quite a decisive ending, I would say. Something to do with, you learning how to communicate what it is that you really want, what you're really committed to. Okay, you don't want to be messing about with things that, are half-hearted anymore. You've made your decisions, or you're coming very close to making a decision. It says after contemplation, after releasing fear, and you're ready to go for this now, this new passionate new beginning, whether it's in work. Some of you, I definitely see this as leaving a job, cutting those ties and going on to something that makes you feel way more fulfilled and more happy, that you're happy to commit to. Or others, this could actually be a relationship, as the ring is showing up, a promise, a devotion, a commitment, and communication is coming up there also. So something has happened and you're ready to go into something new now. I think this could definitely involve something to do with online, social media, etc., branching out, maybe creating a business on there, creative business potentially. With this card coming up, this is about you may receive a text or form of online communication. Okay. For some of you, this could definitely be a whole new start after a breakup. That's definitely coming through strongly too. Maybe you have a whole new lease of life after a divorce. Maybe divorce has come through. Maybe a relationship has come to an end and you're just, you're happy to be moving on to something that fits you better, This ring is completely different energy. There's peace here. The blue colours in contrast to this red, peace and serenity, and you're ready to charge forward into this. And that's so wonderful. Your bottom deck energy is no, which is really interesting. But what I'm getting from this is, and it says confirmation, I'm getting that you're no longer settling anymore. This is the energy I'm getting off of this card. You're no longer settling. You're no longer being a people pleaser. You're no longer just allowing others to carve your path for you. You're creating boundaries and following your own inner knowing and passions to get to where you want to be. So you're able to say no, and learning how to say no is such a simple word. It's one of the simplest words in our language, the English language. Yet you'd be surprised how many of us find it so hard to say. So many of us have been conditioned to always, say yes, put others' needs before our own. And you're like, no more. I don't want to do this anymore. I have my own passions, my own desires, my own loves, my own wants, my own needs. And I really need to step into that now. I need to say goodbye to that. I need to be clear with my communication with people now. I need to be clear on what I want. And if it doesn't resonate with me anymore, then it's goodbye. It's very, the energy I'm getting from you guys is you're not taking no shit, no prisoners. I've been through what I need to be through, and I've learned what I need to learn, and now I just need to go for it. Okay, I can't be waiting on this ring forever. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Maybe this is some of you walking from a relationship that just wasn't showing you the commitment that you wanted or needed, and you're stepping into your own self right now. You'll be like, you know what, I can get that. I'm worth this. I know I'm a committed person, so why shouldn't I get that? So many avenues this could be, but it's definitely a passionate new beginning where you've stepped away from an old version of yourself, an old way of life, a relationship, whether that be with a person, with a company that you work with, and you're stepping into something new that is just going to make you happier. Period, And just because you've learned this communication skill, I feel like communication is clear, You've become clear on what your wants and needs are, or you're becoming clear, and you're learning how to communicate that. And sometimes when we get to that, some relationships fall away, some jobs may fall away, some aspects of life may fall away because we're now talking up for ourselves, speaking up for ourselves. And not everyone likes that. Not everyone can jump on board with us, but it's not for us to be lulling around waiting for them to get on the train with us. You're a phoenix, your fire sign energy is rushing, okay? You want to get to this next stage of your life, this next cycle. You've broken one here with the 10, and now you're setting up a ring, it's another cycle. but it's one that's elevating you into a place of growth. So that's what I've got so far. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's clear these up and see. All right, let's push them up a little bit actually. Off my Phoenix risings. Let's get the tarot now. Okay, this is the Blood Moon Tarot. Just thought I'd let you know, because a lot of the time people want to know what decks I'm using. It's an independent tarot deck by an artist called Sam Gwai. I'm not fully sure how to say their name, but they definitely created a beautiful deck within this. So let's get a bit further into the tarot. So what is this exactly? What seeds a plant one a pile one, sowing right now? What are they planting for these new manifestations? Okay, we have strength. Yes, you have stepped into your own power. Look at this card. You can see, just eyes closed, peace, concentrating. I can get through. People are trying to cut me with their words. Maybe people are not happy about you just embarking on this new beginning, but you're like, no, I need to, just do what I need to do for me. I'm going to hold this blade and I'm going to run with it. That's my truth. That's your truth you're trying to split me with. It's not true for me anymore. I've got to do what I want to do for myself, and that's commendable. Okay, that's very commendable. You've got the Four of Dreams, which is also the Four of Swords. So you definitely contemplated this beforehand. You was definitely in a situation where you was kind of just holding out and weighing things up before, Like the phoenix doesn't always come straight back from the ashes. I don't know if you remember that scene in Harry Potter with Dumbledore's phoenix, where everyone thinks, oh no, it's gone. He's like, no, wait a moment, look, she's not dead. And she comes back and it's like, that's what I'm getting for you. You went into your hibernation mode. You potentially went into your hermit mode, did your exploring, your self-exploration. Thought to yourself, hold up a sec. What am I doing? Like, I really need something new. And now you're coming out of that and you've got all this galvanized energy that's built up throughout that. 10 of Wands coming out again here. So definitely you've come out of some hard energy here, Whatever you're stepping out of seems quite heavy, really. Got all these snakes, I don't know if you can see, all these snakes around you, all these mushrooms growing on you. It seems like a heavy burden, like people almost, I get in the vibe that people were draining you, or things around you were draining you, and just growing off of your kind of effort and stuff, but you're underneath all the time. Other people growing off of your efforts. Perhaps you were helping a company grow their business, but you sat back, you did a bit of contemplation and realized, but what am I getting from this? I'm not moving up the way I want to go. I'm building everything for somebody else. And now you maybe decide to step away. And sometimes if you're a good employee, not many people like that, don't really always want you to break off and be on your own. But you have the courage, the strength. I always see a lot of courage in that card to do so. What card? So many cards I wanted to fall out. Okay, let's get another card. The Sun, beautiful, such beautiful confirmation. Look, it's following the oracle cards as well. You're going to come out of this into a happier place. You're lighting your own fires now, where you let everything grow on you and you grew things for other people maybe. I'm even getting the vibe of, potentially building up people who you're in relationships with. Maybe if some of you are parents, taking on a lot of responsibilities of your children, etc. Obviously we do that to a certain age, but sometimes we lose ourselves in those things. And we forget who we are in that. And we need to find our own identity, And there's nothing wrong with that. there is, with the ring there definitely is an indication of marriage. Some of you potentially stepping out of a marriage, or some very strong commitment you've been in before, breaking that to go into something new. And it will make you happier. All this fire inside you, Spirit is saying, look, you've kept it alight. You've had this spark. You've did your contemplation. You know, you've let that little spark of an idea, that ember, you've honed it. You've breathed life into it. And look, now you're going to reap the rewards. You're going to reap the rewards. You can go towards this light now. Okay. Okay, we have the 5 of Songs here, which is the 5 of Cups, which means there is a bit of sadness potentially at what you're going to have to leave behind for this, okay? You can see this person wants to play their instrument, but they've broken it. And, you know, instead of being able to see that, hold up a sec, I could just fix this bit of wood and fix these strings and put it back together and play again. Or maybe I could create a whole new instrument from the materials, you know, or find a whole other instrument. She's quite focused on what is left and what is broken, and that's normal. That's normal. When we're about to go into a whole new endeavor, we do sometimes feel like, oh gosh, have I made the right decision? You know, there's always sadness, an element of sadness in leaving things behind, even if they weren't good for us, you know. Potentially, if maybe you're not being able to leave on good terms with things. This 5 of Cups, okay, there is a little, I don't want to use the word warning, just something to be mindful of, okay, that's coming through, is, you know, sometimes it's perfectly normal to feel sad about loss, or when we're walking away from something and into something new, to kind of sometimes have our mind pulled back to, you know, that which we've had to lose in order to go into this new venture. But Spirit is saying, make sure if you need to take the time to process that. As much as this lovely, like, fiery, passionate, charge ahead energy is there, and some of you may have already done this, it's just this, as it's coming up later on here, it's like it's something that could potentially come up again. So make sure you take your time to process that and heal it if you need to, okay, especially if this involves walking away from a relationship or severing ties with, you know, something that was quite a big part of your life, whether it's a, you know, an actual relationship with a person, or with like a workplace perhaps, you know, or a type of career, because you will find your happiness in what you're stepping into. And bottom deck energy, as I forgot to show you, was the Lovers card. You can see here, there's a lot of new growth to be had, okay. This seed, literally the seed you've planted, where you've made this choice, because the Lovers really does indicate a choice. You've been brave, you've shown your strength, you've shown your courage, and you've stepped into, or you're stepping away from something that doesn't serve you into something that's more in alignment with you and your passions, and it will grow. You know, you will find your happiness here. I really feel like I need to let you know that. So, going further into this, I think we should ask with our little mini tarot, just to lay on top, what are some maybe other things to be mindful of in this endeavour? So, not necessarily blocks to this manifestation, but obviously sometimes when we manifest, you know, there is again and like the bit of an indication that I'm feeling such like headstrong energy, like fuck it, I'm going for it kind of thing from you guys, charging ahead. And sometimes in that energy, you know, we can, I don't know, it can sometimes be collateral damage. That might not be a problem, but I feel like we might, okay, the Hermit wants to come out again. Okay, there is just a slight indication to just temper yourself a little bit if you're going a bit gung-ho. Some of us, you know what the scenario I'm imagining in my head right now is, you know, when you're fresh out of a relationship and sometimes you just go like, as we say in London, on a mad one, like, I was going to come out 6 of Pentacles, and you kind of just bulldoze your way through things, and sometimes that can be an indication that we're hiding from maybe the pain of what we're walking away from. We're not fully processing it, and that that does always kind of catch up to us. And because it seems like what you're walking into is something better for you, like it definitely is, you know, it's definitely something more committed, you know, something you're going to be more committed to, something that's going to make you happier, something that's more in alignment with you. We want to make sure that we're not feeling burnt out, or we've got any, you know, with this 10 of Wands here, any, you know, hangers about, you know, things attached to us still that we've not looked into, that we haven't shaken off yet. That's what I feel like I need to, because this is your wish, this is the direction. We're seeing a star, and it always reminds me of a compass as well, that the Lynx and the Hermit is looking towards, and that's obviously looking more towards this, your future, your happiness, the sun, the ring, everything you want. But, you know, just, okay, take some time to harness this fiery energy. I'm getting that indication. 6 of Pentacles, like another one, card of balancing yourself out a little bit. Because I do feel you're walking into something where you're going to be getting a lot more equal give and take. It seems here, that's what the 6 of Pentacles is. You've got the meerkats, you know, they work so well together. They're on the lookout, make sure that none of their family get taken away by stray eagles or whatever you may find in the savannah. That's, you know, everyone's got each other's back within that family group. And I feel like that's what you want to walk into. That's what you're going to be walking into. And you may not have had that previously. Like I said, with this 10 of Wands, you definitely was taking a lot, you know, and probably a lot of responsibilities that weren't yours. Maybe trying to keep other people happy, whether that's in the workplace, in a relationship, all sorts of things. And that's what you're breaking away from. And you are going to head into this more equal give and take. But there's just that indication. Try and temper this explosive energy that I'm getting from you just a little, so you don't burn out, so you're more balanced within yourself when you're walking into this. Okay, let's see. So let's look at, so that's some things to be mindful of. So what can help then? What's going to help this manifestation, these seeds to grow in the most, you know, best way possible? So that's what we want. We want the best outcome. 2 of Wands, okay. Plan, okay. Planning's coming through here. So 2 of Wands is when you're standing on the cusp and you're like, okay, a new world's been opened to you now. You've had the Ace of Wands handed to you beforehand, which is exactly this Phoenix energy, a passionate new beginning's been opened up to you. And, you know, now you've got to decide, okay, what am I going to do with this? Where am I going to plant these seeds? Okay, how am I going to go about this? Again, so that Hermit energy, a little bit of thought's going to go far in this. A little bit of thought, as much as it's great to charge ahead. And I still believe, definitely embrace that momentum for sure. Just have a plan. Okay, if it's a new and creative project you're trying to get into, you know, study it a little. Okay, see how can I make this work for me? I'm going to go ahead and try all these things, but I'm going to have a bit of a plan towards it, a little bit of structure. You know, where am I going to start? Okay, things of that nature. So definitely making a plan is going to help. And I'm getting teamwork also as well here, because there's, you know, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 2 birds in this. 6 of Pentacles, very reciprocal energy. So maybe you are walking into, and I did get this indication to start something on social media, something on the internet. Maybe there's a community you can build, you know, that might be doing the same thing that you're looking to do, who may have done it before you. You know, there are people that were willing to help you. There is partnership here. There's a lot of partnership cards actually. You've got the Lovers, you've got the 2 of Wands, ring, commitment, you know, Sun. Maybe this is related. This is in regards to relationship. Maybe you are walking towards someone who will be of a great help in your life, making your life happier. So what else? Let's have a look. What else is going to help these seeds to grow? Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords in the reverse, which is letting me know, again, before you move on with this, because obviously 6 of Swords in the, you know, the typical tarot is, you know, someone, you know, leaving something behind. Again, that energy, like moving on with the journey, getting out of the bad energy into the new energy. But I think it's another confirmation. Make sure you plan. Okay, don't just set off willy-nilly. Have a little bit of direction. Link's looking at the compass, your Two of Wands. Have a little bit of direction, okay? You don't have to like be in some full-blown hermit mode, some full-blown like hangman mode, right? No pauses here. Definitely need to keep that fiery phoenix energy up. But okay, you're fresh, you're new here, you know, you're a baby phoenix right now. You've come from the ashes. You need to, you know, learn how to fly again, perhaps. You know, you don't just come fresh out of the ashes as a fully fledged phoenix. You're still a fledgling. So, you know, have a plan. It's okay to pace yourself with this. It's not going to be a problem. And we've got Judgment as your bottom deck energy and Lovers again, okay? Definitely got some confirmation from your higher self at the very least. Or you are walking into very good partnerships that are for you. If this is a relationship and you're coming out of one relationship and you want to find something more committed, then that's confirmation that you will definitely find that. Okay. So, let's get you a bit of more just encouragement, really. I think that's the best way to go. Encouragement through some oracle cards. We've got the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck here. I think I'm going to get that out for you. Let's see what that's saying. What are the animals saying about this endeavor for you? Because I think there's a lot of positive energy behind this. And we just need, sometimes, you know, depending on which part of this journey you're at, we just need a little bit more encouragement, don't we? So we've got Snake coming out for you guys. Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. Okay, if that's not confirmation, I don't know what it is. Allow yourself to transform. It seems like this is what you wanted. You manifested this passionate new change within yourself. You're coming out of it. You're shedding your skin. You're chucking off all these snakes from the Ten of Wands. And you need to embrace that. Embrace who you are. Maybe you're coming more in alignment with your own self. You know, just rediscovering or just fully outright discovering new things about yourself. Explore that. Take that time. That Two of Wands. Look into these things. It's a whole new lease of life. If you're stepping out of a marriage that's been quite, repressive for a long time, and you're beginning to rediscover yourself, then, you know, take that time. Go and explore the things that you want to explore. Oh, Black just wanted to fling out for you. Oh, Tiger. We've got some more fire energy here. Divine timing. Good things come to those who wait. I think this is just a confirmation, is you've waited. Okay, you've definitely waited, and it seems like you've put a lot into things that might not have been the best for you or given you what you needed out of them. You know, built a lot of other people up in the process, but maybe forgot about yourself. And this tiger is saying, you know, they are quite solitary animals out of all the big cats. You know, sometimes you have to stand alone, but you're standing alone in your power. Look how beautiful and majestic the tiger is. But they're patient. They are a patient creature. They hide in the overgrowth and you can hardly see them when they really want to stalk you. So that's just indications. Don't be frustrated, because obviously passionate and fire energy can sometimes become quite frustrated energy if it's not got anywhere to channel. And you might have had this building up for a long time deep down, you know, where you know you're not in things that you should be in. Or now you've found this whole new lease of life and you just want to like go for it. Nothing wrong with that, but just, you know, take a little bit of time, make a little bit of a plan, okay? It's not going to do you no harm to do that. You'll probably get more likely get what you want out of things when you have a bit more of an understanding of what it is that you want and how you're going to go about that. Doesn't mean you have to stop. Because you guys are stepping into this fiery, powerful light energy, I'm going to just pull you a card from the Work Your Light Oracle also. So let's see what that has to say for you guys. There's a card from the Work Your Light Oracle, please. Whoop, we got Pillar of Light. Wow. So much light and sun energy here. You guys are definitely just standing in your power right now. It says your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Look at this person elevating, just coming out of the shadows, just full blown. Whoo! Very Leo Diva energy. I am here. I have arrived. And you have. You have power one. Phoenix rising yet again. It's giving me Phoenix from X-Men vibes, that is. What's her name? Jean Grey. Okay, no more grey and dreariness here. And bottom deck energy, you actually have get grounded. So empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Cool, okay. So that's just another little thing to be mindful of. Okay, it's all right to take some time to plan, meditate, ground yourself in this new beginning. You know, they always say fire signs and earth signs don't get along because they're so different, but I actually think they're some of the really great kind of relationships I myself have had, you know, because I feel like one tempers the other while the other helps pull the other along, you know, inspires them with that passionate energy, while, you know, an earth sign can temper that, help a fire sign stay a bit more grounded. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope that resonated. If it did, give it a thumbs up and like, subscribe, share if you like. It's all helpful on this journey of YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in, part 1. That's the end of your reading, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, part number 2. If this is the card that you picked, then you're in the right place. Okay, so let's have a look. What seeds are you planting right now? What are you manifesting? You guys chose the lotus tree, fulfillment. The ancients wrote of the lotus tree as the bearer of fruit with the power to lure individuals into lengthy idleness. Those who consumed this fruit required coercion to re-engage in their life. Yet idleness in and out of itself is not unfavourable, at least until it hinders your ability to achieve your hopes and dreams. It is ambivalence which breeds ennui, a feeling of dissatisfaction derived from inaction. When we permit the world to devise our life, our wishes remain unrealized. To attain fulfillment, get to know who you are and then take action. Whew, beautiful message. So what I see for you guys is you're looking to move into something more fulfilling. You're looking for movement. You're tired of the complacency that may be in your life right now. You want something new. You want to plant something new that's going to create emotional fulfillment for you. Some of you may feel quite stuck or have felt quite stuck for a while in things that are just not giving you the satisfaction that you want anymore. Some of you, I'm getting the feeling of boredom of where you've currently been at, and you really wanting to change that. You're tired of this kind of same old dreary, you know, existence. And sometimes along with those sort of feelings, you know, when we feel we've been idle, can become frustration. I'm getting that slightly off you guys, but not in a bad way. I feel like sometimes we need to reach that point to kind of give us that kick up the backside to make a change. And I definitely think you guys have been stepping into that. You want something better for yourselves. You want to be happier. You want to be content, not complacent. You know, there's a difference between the two. Just settling. You know, sometimes we get to stages in our lives and we think, oh my goodness, like I would have thought I would have been somewhere different by now. I still had these dreams, and you know, there come certain ages where people would give up on them, and I think you guys, that's not for you. You don't want that. You don't accept that kind of settling behaviour, and that's good. There's an indication that right now you're either doing this or you're going to be stepping on this journey is getting to know yourself more. What makes you happy? This is what you're manifesting, your happiness, your fulfillment. This is what you want. And you might be on the journey discovering what exactly that is that makes you happy. But what I do get the feeling is where you've been at or where you're coming out of now is not being that place for you. Okay, whether it's a workplace, a career, a relationship, you're ready to move on to something new now. And you've been trying to find yourself. You're either in the process of doing that or you have done a lot of work on that already. And that's getting you bit by bit closer to that fulfillment. So that's beautiful energy. I'm liking this. So we're going to move into the oracles now to just get a little bit more in depth on what this could be. What are these seeds to fulfillment that plant? I keep saying plant to, pile to, have been sown. Like, what is this that they're trying to manifest? Right, I'm going to take 3 cards. Let's do one more little shuffle like that. Boom, 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 boom. Is this? I don't know where that came from. Maybe some of you feel like you're running out of time, or maybe this is the Sandman is to do with dreams, isn't he? Even though it always makes me feel a bit creeped out. Oh, the commitment. This came out for pile 1. Interesting. It's your first card energy though. Bum, 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 bum. So maybe it is looking into your dreams. Maybe your dreams are trying to tell you something, or maybe it's just actually you're looking to manifest your dreams. You're not the pile that's ready to give up on them. And I'm here to tell you, don't feel like you've got to a certain stage in life and it's just not, that word that people like to dress up as realism, when a cynicism is, it's not realistic. It's not realistic. There's always ways to make things work, no matter what your stage in life or predicament or age. Okay, give us one. Oh, sage, rhyming with age. Okay, you're clearing out something from your past, old commitments, something you feel tied down to. I'm getting that feeling off the ring this time around, a bit different to pile 1. Because the 8 is just like a cycle that's continuing, never ending. And it seems like you guys might be a bit sick and tired of that, if that's where you've been at. And you want to clear it out, clearing out the old so you can step into something new, more fulfilling. What is that going to be? Okay, it's blessings. It's coming up in the reverse. But what I want to say, do I want to flip that? I feel, pardon me. I feel that's just an indication that that's definitely coming your way, but you got to clear something out first. Okay, 5 5 10 reduced to the 1. Okay, new cycle, new beginning. Okay, Spirit is hearing this, the universe has heard this, that you want this new endeavor, you want to step into this happiness and more fulfillment, and it's on its way. It's just pause right now because you've got to clear some stuff out first. So you got to either tie up some cycles here that you're committed to, whether that's a job you need to leave, a relationship you need to leave, friendship groups you need to leave, a way of life you need to kind of leave and adopt some new perspectives perhaps. And it looks like you've already stepped into that, because sage is your middle energy. It says cleanse, purify, clear. You need to clear out the old. That's what Spirit's saying. You need to clear out these old commitments, these old cycles, close them. The things that are not making you happy, they're not in alignment with you anymore. They don't serve your highest purpose. And these are the things, you're going to know what these are. Spirit's telling me you know what these things are based on how you feel. What is that? It's an India Ari song. You know the truth by how it feels. Okay, when you're around people that you don't feel good around, or you feel drained by, or you don't vibe with anymore, you don't connect with anymore, because you'll come away and you'll feel drained. Or even when you're in company like that, you will feel drained, or this lulling sort of idleness. Maybe you're stepping out of, you're young, you're stepping out of those friendship groups, where everything's just, let's party, let's do this, and everything's on a kind of surface, shallow level, and you want to build something now, but you don't have those people around you that are interested in those same things. Or maybe you've stepped into your spirituality and you've got people around you that are not really on that vibe with you anymore. So you need to step into something new, step into new company. Same could be with a job, a career that just doesn't fulfill you anymore. You've reached the end of the line with it and you want to move on to something new, something that's going to reignite your passion, something that you're happy to get up and go to work to every day, not just feel bored or dissatisfied or frustrated in. And again, I can't ignore the indication that it could be a relationship and a romantic relationship. If you want to step out of a commitment that's no longer serving you, a marriage, a long-term relationship, something of that nature, because there's just no growth there for you anymore. It's unhappy. Obviously take it as it resonates, and if that's, I'm not telling everyone to just get the divorce ball rolling. I'm just saying, if you know that deep down in your heart, if you're here and that's resonating with you, then, and you've tried, and because sometimes we have relationships go, they go up and down. The same with the friendship groups. Doesn't mean you have to cut people off necessarily. Sometimes they go in cycles, and in waves. And sometimes we step away from people, sometimes we step into something else, and we get to meet other people. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to cut those old commitments, those old relationships out. We can just change, transform them, clear the air, speak. There's an indication to communicate. Stagnation, sage. Why do we sage ourselves? Why do we sage rooms? To clear negative and stagnant energy. You know, sometimes communication can do that within relationships also. Don't be scared to have those clearing airs, even if it is just clearing airs. Don't be afraid to clear the air with people, or to speak your truth and let people know that you're not happy or not fulfilled. It's a really hard thing to say sometimes in our close relationships. Like, I'm not happy here with you, because we worry how other people may take it. And a lot more time than not, it might not be about the other person. It's about our growth, you know. And sometimes we just grow apart, or we're growing in different directions for that moment in time. And, you know, all those connections that are meant to be in our lives will remain, or they'll come back around. That's what I believe. So there doesn't have to be this kind of fear about that. But there's definitely some heavy energy around you. I'm looking at this like the really dark green in the middle, and wanting to clear that air, clear that stagnant energy, clear that negative energy. Okay? And you're definitely on your way to doing that. Maybe saging might be something for you as well. It's such an interesting practice to look into. I've been looking into it myself lately. It might be worthwhile, because sometimes cleansing your space is the first step. Cleanse your home. I know we've come out of spring, a lot of us, well, I don't know, it depends where you are in the world. You know, going into fall might seem like not the time to do these things, but always, you know, clear your physical space. Is such a representation of your inner world sometimes, I find, and it can make all the difference to have that physical change, material change around you. So, you know, another 8 here. So cycles, you want to change this cycle. You want to step out of this sort of stagnant place and energy, and it's a good thing, and you're going to be rewarded for that. This is what Spirit's telling me. The blessings, they're on pause, but they're on their way. Look, whoop, might take a little bit of planning. I've seen I always see these as wands in this card. There's so much happiness and light at the end of that path. You know, you're on the right path. You're taking this step by acknowledging that you're not happy. Some of us, we're in denial about that, you know. I feel like you guys are definitely stepping into this, you know. Maybe you've been in this a long time, this dissatisfied energy, and now it's like, I can't do it anymore. I need to communicate this with who I need to communicate with, or I need to move away from these things that no longer serve me. And once you've done that, hand on heart, I really feel like these blessings, this is going to be flipped, and they're going to be coming your way. Takes a bit of bravery, but you've got it in you. You've got it in you. And your bottom deck energy is Earth. A steady foundation supports fertility and growth. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, the reason why these blessings are reversed right now is because you have to do this clearing out. And that's because Spirit, the universe, wants you to step into this new beginning, these new blessings, with no baggage. They want that foundation when you step into something new, that is going to be solid for you. Because I feel like a lot of you may be looking for that stability, and sometimes that stability comes with, I think we can think of it as boring, complacent, but no, that's Spirit telling me that's not true. They don't have to be one and the same. You can have stability and still have excitement, and still have fulfillment, and still try new things. But it takes having that solid foundation, and they want this new cycle to have that solid foundation. They don't want you to just like cut everything off, walk away from these commitments because you're feeling frustrated, bored, angry, potentially like and unfulfilled. So you can just quickly do have a little dip your toe in something new, and then start a whole new cycle of dissatisfaction. If you haven't got a stable foundation, or maybe you're not feeling fully happy in yourself, there is an indication to look to self in this also, not just the things around you that might be dissatisfying you, because even here it says get to know who you are and then take action. So this bit of the pause and this clearing is also clearing your own mind space, looking into your own perspectives, looking at what does definitely like sincerely make you happy, like long term, not short term. I'm thinking long term here with the earth. Look at the tree laying down its roots and then becoming a home for these rabbits, you know. Spirit wants this to be stable. Number 4, definitely stability. Like, reminds me of the 4 of Wands, like marriage, commitment, properly, not half-hearted, like I'm just going to run out of one cycle into another and then just end up in the same cycle of dissatisfaction because I'm looking for short-term gratification. No, that's not what we want here. We want something big, and I think that is the path that you guys are on, and you will deep down want for yourselves. So clear out. You know, you can have this pause, you can have your hangman hermit moment, for sure, to look at your commitments, look at what's serving you, look what's in alignment with you, okay? Maybe you need to do some soul searching first before you realize like what it is that you really want inside and what is in alignment with you. But definitely go on your intuition as well. Like I said, a lot of how we feel around people can tell us the truth of how we are and how we really feel. So definitely go on that. But don't be scared to take that time to find yourself a bit. Find what does make you happy without just going so gung-ho into the next thing and then perhaps repeating same patterns, etc. You know, if it's a relationship, for example, and you know you're bored, you're unhappy, you want to leave, you don't feel satisfied, you're not fulfilled emotionally, and then you know you jump out and you just jump into another one, and then the same thing happens. I don't know if some of us have, I think a lot of us have had these moments in lives when you realize, you have to realize that another person's not there to create happiness and fulfillment for you. We have to do that for ourselves. They're just an add-on, you know. So look at these things. If this kind of thinking resonates with you, definitely look into it, okay? Because we all here, spirit included, wants these new blessings to be something solid for you, not just some temporary high. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from the oracles so far. We're going to move into the tarot now. Let's get a little bit in depth about any advice we need to know, anything more we need to know about this clearing, these commitments, these blessings, these seeds that you're planting for much more happy and fulfilled life. Okay, what wants to come out first? Okay, the Five of Dreams, which is the Five of Swords. It's walking away energy, and Justice in reverse. Okay. Again, this is the same message being reiterated. Let me move all this up actually, because I do not think that we are in frame. Bear with me with all this filming set up. I'm really new to this, so I definitely need to work on the framing and the lighting, but hopefully you'll be able to see some things happening in a good way as we go on. But okay, back to the reading. Five of Swords and Justice in reverse. Very interesting. It's the same kind of message, because obviously Five of Swords is walking away from things, and that's what you are. Definitely it's on your mind, but this is you know, especially if it's conflict, if there's something you can't resolve, or maybe you try to open up the door to have these conversations about, you know, how you're feeling, and it doesn't ever go down very well with people, or you feel ignored, etc., and you feel like it always ends in conflict, so you just want to walk away from that. Sometimes that's the way we're going to have to go about things to walk into something new, because we don't have control over other people. We can only have control over ourselves at the end of the day. And sometimes, unfortunately, people are not ready to hear what we have to say. But there is a message here that's coming through, is don't just walk away because you find that something potentially hard to do, is to maybe confront certain things with people. If it is something that means something to you, like a relationship, a friendship, a workplace that meant something to you, definitely try. You know, don't just cut things loose to jump into something else, because this Justice in reverse is telling me that might cause a little bit of imbalance going forward. You know, the same sort of message, like you will potentially not be clearing that fully if you just cut and run without, you know, maybe there are some lessons of growth to be learned in that. If some of you struggle with confrontation or speaking up about what your wants and needs are, maybe that's part of your growth, and what's going to be part of your stable foundation into this new way of life and these new blessings is learning how to express what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, to the things and people in your life that are part of that. You know, so if you just cut and run and don't take the opportunity to maybe try and have those conversations now, then you might be delayed from that stable foundation in the future. That's the message I'm getting from that. So be mindful of that, okay? That might not always be the case. Sometimes we do just have to walk away from things, and we've put all the effort we can and we need to go, and that's fine too. That's fine. It's just a little something to be mindful of. Oopsie daisy. Wow, there's so many confirming cards. So we've got the Nine of Swords here, which, you know, that's very heavy energy actually. It seems like this might be quite difficult for you to do. Maybe to walk away from certain things is difficult, or you're really at a point where you've had enough. You're at a breaking point, and that's really why you want to up and leave. That's why this is so strong. It's driving you crazy. All eyes on you. You're not happy where you're at. Look at this figure. They don't want to raise their head, but they've got eyes on their hands that are crying. They feel engulfed and overwhelmed. Okay. Take time to clear this energy and look after yourself. That's what I'm getting off this card, because this is really heavy energy. Either walking away from things is going to be hard, or staying in them is you're finding very difficult right now. And the judgment, that I'm getting a lot of judgment off this card, like all eyes on you, being overwhelmed, people talking over you, people having an opinion, people eating you up, like you getting kind of engulfed by this. Okay. Depression and sleepless nights, that's what the Nine of Swords is, you know. A lot of the time you might be getting sleepless nights over this because you're so unhappy. That's really, really sad, but I just need to let you know that you can cleanse this energy. It just takes looking after yourself, okay? It's okay to step away from things that are making you feel like that. You know, it's okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes, and we all feel unhappy sometimes. And you will get out of this energy. Look, the blessings are on their way, and you are going to be clearing this energy. Indication to work on your sleep. Try and develop a good sleep hygiene. You know, whether that's turning all your electrics off at night if you can, so you don't have your phone close to hand. All these things that keep us stimulated and in this sense of worry. Looking into meditation, hypnosis, ASMR, all these things can help with sleep. And having a regular pattern, you know, getting up at a regular time. I feel like sleep, you're definitely getting sleepless nights. It's coming up big. It's coming up very strong. Nightmares even, I'm getting nightmares. This isn't what you want. It's like the opposite to your energy of wanting to go for your dreams. Is, you know, you're in a nightmare. Like some of you may feel like you're in a living nightmare. So I'm getting a lot of heavy energy off that. So please, adopt some self-care in any way you can, and step away from these things that are not serving you and you can't resolve them, okay? Spirit is saying, I've got your back with that one. Definitely. There are going to be things, people, you do have to walk away from, okay? And staying in the energy of like not making a decision either way of this justice might be making that worse. So on the flip side, you know, this, you have to take it how it resonates. If there are some relationships and things you really can resolve and you're just worried about confrontation, do try. If there are things that you definitely have put so much in and can't, it's okay to walk away. That's what Spirit's saying, okay? So take it as it resonates. But I really am, I'm so sorry, this energy is so heavy here. What else can you tell us about these seeds that pile 2 are planting and why that is, okay? Any advice? Again, we've got the 7 of Skins, which is 7 of Wands now, okay? You're becoming more protective of your energy. That's what you're going to be stepping into, and that's not a bad thing. And sometimes when we first start off on that journey, we can come off of it as a bit, you know, people might not like it around us. It might make us seem a little bit on the defense, etc. But it seems like you're really trying to come out of a hard time and build something better for yourself. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to protect your energy now, to clear out things that don't serve you anymore. And you may lose some people or things along the way, but, you know, sometimes that's just not what's meant for you. And that's okay. We've got the sun coming out in reverse, which again, your happiness is coming, but it's just delayed. That's what I'm getting off of that, because there just needs some clearing. The Magician here as well, which is just signifying that you guys are definitely manifesting something good for yourself, okay? And it seems, I don't know if you can see all the hands that are pouring over him, like, it seems like you might be a kind of group that people really take from. Potentially like an empathic group, I'm getting the vibe from, where this is maybe why you're having to learn how to protect your energy more, or maybe you've taken on too many burdens of other people or commitments that don't serve you, because you don't know how to protect your energy so much. Sometimes as an empath, let me put him down for a second. You know, we like to help people. Sometimes we overcommit ourselves to things, or we stay in things too long that don't serve us because we don't want to upset others. And you might have just reached this breaking point. You're definitely reaching a breaking point with it, that's for sure, because you want to leave, you want to walk away. Okay, you want to stand in your power, you want to protect your space, your energy, your harmony, your peace, and your ideas and your dreams. You don't want to be in this sleepless state of just paralyzed fear and depression. And it's a strong word, but that's a strong card. I'm getting that strongly. You've had enough of being in this dark place and feeling like things are not fair. Like things are not fair to you. A lot of the relationships or commitments you've been in have not been fair. You've given more than you've received. And yeah, we don't give to receive, but there is such a thing as balance, okay, in life. And we do definitely have to look at all of our commitments and our relationships in terms of that, especially when we're feeling burnt out, which I'm getting from you guys, or very flat and down and unfulfilled. You want to reignite that fire again, and it's coming. Look at the sun. He's got that spark inside him. It has been ignited. Spirit's saying it's coming, okay? You're going to grow your sunflowers. We just want you to clear this out first and work through this difficult energy first, okay? Maybe for some of you that might include, you know, looking into therapy, potentially looking into holistic practices to help with sleep or anxiety, or assertiveness training, things to help you with creating boundaries with people. I'm getting quite a few things off these cards. But it's going to lead you to a better place, you know. Just putting this work in to clear those things that are not making you happy right now are going to lead you onto blessings that are, you know, with a strong foundation, that are going to be more lasting, better cycles, not just moving into a short-term good cycle. And that's what Spirit wants, and that's what you want to manifest. Look, he's standing, he's power playing his own song. They're all pouring over him, but he's not fazed by it. You know, he's not fazed by it at all, because he's manifesting what he wants. Again, we've got the 7 of Pentacles here, so it will take a bit of waiting, for sure. But we've got the 6 of Cups under that. You're going to end up with more reciprocal energy, reciprocal relationships, reciprocal commitments, you know, happiness and fulfillment. Exactly what it says, and fulfillment. So I just want to move into a little bit of the Diddy Tarot. Oh, look, the 4 of Cups there. So that's another confirmation of dissatisfaction. But you're moving out of that, so that's good. You're going to be moving out of that. Just to see if there's any more advice. Are there any things like, what's the word I want to say, Spirit? What are some things that may be holding this manifestation back right now? We know that we need to clear stuff out, and that means it's on a bit of a pause. But anything else we should be mindful of? Anything else that we should be mindful of this manifestation? Got the 5 of Wands. Okay. Conflict is definitely coming up again. But the 5 of Swords is clarified by the 5 of Wands. Okay. I feel like this is something you're worried about, is walking away, or this is what you really want to walk away from, is this conflict. You've had enough. But maybe there's a way, like I said, of resolving this and confronting things without it having to be conflict. Obviously, like I said, sometimes that's not within our power, and the best thing for us to do is to walk away. But if you can, try and not allow it to get into more conflict. Okay? Because this could actually be, you know, just going back to what I said earlier, 5 of Wands can also be like training. So maybe it'd be a good, you know, opportunity for some of us to have difficult conversations. If these are conversations or confrontations, something that's difficult for us, this is something that's necessary for our growth, that's going to help us in the future. So maybe just shifting that perspective, and for some things we may need to be addressing or walking away from having those conversations, but you know, it not having to result in conflict could be good for us down the line. Okay, then we have the Page of Pentacles. Things to be mindful of. I just feel like this is saying you're willing to put the work in and study and stuff like this, and in whatever you want to walk into, you're going to be successful. Okay, you're at the start of your journey, so be mindful of that. Don't try and rush and think everything's going to be like sorted straight away, because this is in reverse. The sun and the blessings, you know, they're in reverse. It's going to be kind of a slow energy into it. Okay, you definitely have momentum there, so try not to be frustrated. I don't know why I'm getting frustration off of this card. I would usually sometimes get a bit of frustration off of the Knight of Pentacles, but the Page, you know, you have that curiosity. Sometimes when we have that curiosity and we really want to get into something new, you know, it can be a bit of a jarring energy sometimes, you know, that frustration, like, oh, I just want to hop into this now, like the grasshopper, let me just hop into it, hop out of this, hop into something new. Just be mindful of that, you know. Sometimes frustration is good energy, anger can be good energy, being annoyed that we're stuck in something can be good energy to get momentum moving forward, but we don't want to stay in that energy, okay? And we don't want to like start our new manifestations and that seed, you know. Like I'm getting the image of you guys just standing over your seed, just like watering it, like, why are you not growing? Like that Seven of Pentacles energy, like she's quite calm here. I think this is what Spirit's telling you to adopt. She's just accepting it. She's become one with it. She's part of it, okay? Not just like lulling around, watching it, waiting, like, oh, when is this going to happen for me? Look, I've come out of something crap. I want this something new. I've stepped into it. Like, why is it not, you know, manifesting fully for me yet? Because it's a process, okay? You got to understand it's a process, especially if you're stepping out of something that seems really heavy, you know, really unbalanced. You need to get back into that balance within yourself first, perhaps. Okay, but look, you've got the Four of Wands following that. That's a great card. Beautiful card of stability, family, you know, marriage even, commitment, you know. And this, it looks like a dove is just like at peace. So this is just encouragement, you know, that Spirit's saying you are going to step into this. You just got to get through this time first, this clearing time, this transition period. And they can always be a bit jarring, can't they, when you're stepping from one cycle into another. You know, sometimes these things aren't to be rushed. You have divine timing, and also I feel like there's lessons to be learned within this still. That's what Spirit's saying, whether that's learning how to have these difficult conversations, you know, learning how to walk away from some of you, like in a more, you know, in a way that's not leaving you with baggage, perhaps. You know, this is why, and it will be worth it. Four of Wands. You will find your peace at the end of it. Let's get one more tarot card there. Three of Cups wanted to come through, so look at them. They're so cute. I forgot what these animals are called, but they're like the most smiliest, happiest animals going. You are going to walk into some better connections for you, for sure. This is my friendship card, you know. A lot of better relationships. You're going to be walking into better relationships, more give and take, more balance, more happy, more fulfilling. So if you're stepping out of a bad place, like a bad social circle, you know, a career that you don't, you know, a workplace that you feel doesn't appreciate you, or you don't feel have given you the opportunity to grow, you're going to be walking into something much better than that. Now look at the energy of this card. It's really happy. They're all smiling. Everyone's there together. Everyone's an individual, but they're working together. They're all happy together. Going to walk in some good friendships that I feel like could be helpful for you actually with that card. Definitely more harmonious relationships for sure, and that's really, really good to know. I'm shuffling there. Bottom deck energy, Queen of Cups, more loving energy, nurturing energy. This is what you're growing into, I think. Maturing for sure, maturing emotionally. That's the vibe I'm getting from you. You'll maybe meeting someone like that that's going to help you down the road as well. So that's what I've got for your main reading. I want to just get you a couple of oracle cards, you know, give a little bit, Spirit can give us a little bit more words of encouragement, I think. I'm going to start with the Spirit Animal deck. Let's give it a little bit of a shuffle. See what the old power animals have for us. So it looked like we could just do with a little bit more encouragement, some advice, some support, and support. We all need support, especially if you're walking away from things and you're feeling a little bit alone in that. Okay. Words of support can we get from the Spirit Animals? swan. Graceful transformation. Soften your heart and find your flow. If that's not confirming those messages on this side already, that's amazing. That's amazing synchronicity. Saying that kind of frustrated, jarring energy, okay, don't allow that to overcome you. Swans, they just glide. They're so graceful. Look at them. Just glide with it. Okay, it's a process. It's a transformation. You don't have to kind of be fighting with it or against it, because it's coming. You know, it is coming to you. You're promised this. You just got to go through this phase first. Okay. Out of all this ugliness, that ugly duckling into the swan, you know, it's gonna happen. Just flow with it as much as you can. Go with it as much as you can. Which sounds like such hippy-dippy advice, I know. Well, don't fight those emotions. If you're feeling stressed or like feeling sleepless, okay, accept it. But also realize you have the power to do something about these things, you know, and it's not going to be forever. You can indulge in some self-care. We've got the penguin, another bird card. We've got diamond light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. This is falling right over the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Wands and all these blessings. So you definitely got new connections coming your way. That's for sure. Filled mouth success. Kind of in the reverse. I don't want to show you in the reverse. You will be successful in this. Okay, believe in yourself and dare to dream big. I felt like I needed to show you that bottom deck energy. But look. These people are waiting for you on the other side. These better connections, these more balanced connections, these more fulfilling connections, fulfilling, you know, elements of life, be it career, you know. They're there, they're waiting for you. They're just waiting for you to glide your way through these stormy seas, settle, and then make your way over there where you belong. Because you're dreamers. You know you want better for yourselves. And because you've realised that, Spirit is giving it to you. Okay? And they're also going to be sending people your way that are going to help you. Other people that have probably been on the same journey, you know. Be on the lookout for those kind of Queen of Cups nurturing people. Getting a lot of feminine energy off of that. So definitely look for those kind of characters. I'm going to pull you some cards from the Work Your Light Oracle now as well. As a little bit more support and guidance, because you guys are stepping into your light, it seems. You want something better for yourself, so let's see what we've got here. Work Your Light Oracle. Oops. Trust the niggle. It says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, again, trust your intuition. Trust how you feel about what you need to be breaking away from. You know, all this dark shadows behind her, and then she's stepping into the light here. Okay, your intuition is right. You know, you do know what's good for you and what's not good for you. And this was poking out as well. Align your life. What isn't aligned or needs to change? Okay, definitely do this. If you're not already in this energy, which I believe you are, this is just another indication just to look a bit further, clear out. Do that inner work. Like it says again, get to know who you are and take action. You can take the action, you know, just make sure it's coming from that kind of place of knowing, you know, and that does come with your intuition. Mirror, what is triggering you? That is probably going to help you. What is triggering you, and what are those triggers telling you? Sometimes triggers are there to help us grow, and it's not just that person's pissing us off and they need to be cut out of our life. Sometimes they're showing us something that we need to see, and they're not like a bad person. Other times you just got energy vampires. I'm getting energy vampire vibe from this card around you, and they need to, you know, you either need to create more boundaries around people like that, so you know, sometimes you can keep them in your life but just at a distance, or you know, do walk away in as good as possible way as you can. Okay, if you have to cut and run, you have to cut and run, but there is an indication that there is growth to be had here by learning how to deal with confrontation. I'm also getting off this card, like, align your life. I don't know if you can see, this person looks like she's all broken up into shards of glass from a broken mirror, that this is going to take some reflection. So it is reiterating that message, like to go deeper into yourself and, you know, understand what we said, those triggers, etc. Reflect on these aspects of yourself to help balance yourself out, because I think when you get more in line with yourself, and that's not just about people around you being in line with you, but getting more in line with what you want and your wants and needs, that's when this foundation, these blessings, they're going to have a stronger, solid foundation. And that's what we want, okay? When we want manifestations, when we're planting seeds, we want the best sunflowers to grow, don't we? We don't want them to wither and die, within a week's time. So yeah, just be mindful of that. So pile number 2, that's all I have for you. I hope the message resonated. If so, give me a thumbs up. All of that jazz helps. So subscribe, share, comment down below if there's anything, any kind of readings you guys would like. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you pick this card, then welcome to your reading. So let's get into it. What seeds are you guys planting? What are you manifesting? The card you chose is the Lunar Moth, in a flash. There are countless ways to connect with the divine. It is everywhere you look in the natural world. Every pebble, every flower, every fauna. The divine is present. It lights up our skies, it rains down upon us, it kisses our faces, it beckons our oceans. It is in everything, but in a flash it can disappear. Don't take a single moment for granted. If you are missing something, go get it. If you need something, go find it. If you want something to happen, you have to try. Sadness or happiness, it is all energy. Which one will you choose? Ooh, okay. You want something bright and new. I always get the feeling from moths that, they're a nocturnal animal. They're so drawn to the light. It's like they're out of place. I feel like some of you may feel like you're out of place and you're searching to find that light. I feel like you guys are the people that are really doing some soul searching, pile 3. You don't want to be in the darkness anymore. You want to have life illuminated to you. You want to start seeing the magic in things again. And this is confirmation that if there's something you really want to go for, or something you want to start, then it's time. Now is the time. I'm also getting a slight feel of anxiety off of this, like a bit of FOMO, like in a flash, like feeling like you're running out of time. Or there's also this sense of a choice here, like you have more than one path open to you and you may be slightly anxious about which one to pick. Because I'm definitely getting anxiety off of this, like a moth, they're quite erratic when they fly towards the light. And sometimes the light's not the best place for them to fly to, that might not be the greatest choice. So we'll have to dive deeper into that with the oracles and the tarot, but let's see. Okay, I'm going to get your oracle cards now. Get 3 of these. And let's dive a bit deeper into what is the seed that pile 3 are planting right now. Seems to be a lot of, high tempo energy here, but kind of bordering on a bit of anxiety, bit of FOMO. So let's see what else we can get. Opa. Okay, pile 3. What are they manifesting? Oh, I wanted to come out. So we've got the community card. Okay, connections. You want to make connections that are going to help you get to where you want to be in life. What else? Community, partnerships. Frozen in the reverse. Okay, and last but not least, finances in the reverse. Interesting. Okay. So let's flip these just to see for a second. Someone or something in this situation has gone cold. Some things are meant to remain in a state of winter. Others can thaw out and be brought to life again. Okay, I'm getting an idea now. Finances. You will reap the rewards of something you have been working towards and patiently waiting on. Your perseverance will pay off. Okay, so you're wondering whether you should abandon something because it's not going the way you want at the moment, or if you should abandon something and choose something else. That's really interesting. Now, with the Frozen in reverse, I definitely feel like you're on a pause right now in trying to decide what is this choice, but I feel like a lot of anxiety may be building up for you guys, like when is this going to fall out, what should I choose? It definitely seems to be something maybe in the business career kind of realm, your physical realm, abundance, potentially health, but I'm particularly focused because this is finance on career, a project, a business you may have started that might not be taken off quite the way you would want. There is an indication that finding the right partnerships may actually help in this. So community definitely is going to play a role, 100%. There may also be indication that you feel like your personal relationships might have suffered because of the amount of effort you've put into, say, your career, etc. And you're actually really wanting that back into your life. You want those nice, fulfilling connections. You know, everyone's cup is full here. Everyone's in equal. They're all bringing something to the table. And you may have felt like this was missing from your life for a little while, but your focus has been elsewhere. As also the indication that you feel that you can't have both. And I want to tell you that's not true. We can keep up our relationships, we can keep up our healthy connections and have a fulfilling workplace, you know, a fulfilling career. Obviously, this is a new business you're starting. They do take a lot of time, you know, a lot of investment. And that's not just, you know, monetarily. It, like I said, it's time, it's energy, resources. But I feel there's an indication that if you spread this about and you found the right partnerships and the right community to help you with whatever this project may be, this could take the burden off. It could definitely take the burden off. For some of you, I feel like there is an indication that you're weighing up whether it's time to walk away from something that's just not, it's not going where you want it to go yet. You know, these are both in reverse. There is this sense of, shall I abandon this because I'm not sure if it's going to give me what I want at the end of it. It's going to be different for each of you. You're really going to have to search your soul for that one, because on one hand, I'm getting that for some of you it's just a pause and you maybe need to reevaluate how you get to this prosperity, and that's going to involve, I think, a lot to do with the people around or other people involved in it, or calling on that help and support from a community. And for others of you, this just might be a solo endeavour that isn't what your heart is set on anymore, and it's better to just let it stay frozen and go where your heart is telling you to go, which is to more community kind of based path. I'm definitely getting a lot of anxiety and a lot of loneliness on this side, feeling like you're alone in whatever this endeavour is. Spirit's indicating with this that you will have your success. I do feel that you guys are going to find your abundance. It might just not be in the place that you expect or in the place you've invested in so far, and that's okay. But you know, I understand it's difficult to walk away from things when we've invested a lot of time into them. You know, it's maybe even invested a lot of money heavily into them. Maybe this doesn't have to totally be abandoned, though. There is a way that you could maybe transform it. You're on this pause to figure this out for yourselves, though. That's what Spirit's telling me. You need to come to a realization: is this challenge worth it? What I feel I will get out at the end of it, is it worth it? Don't spend too much time alone in this. I think talk to people. I think there might be people that will help you out with making this decision. You're not alone. There are people who may support you with making this decision, or in whatever this endeavour is, getting it back on the road, or giving you, you know, the sort of advice you need to kind of walk away from it. You will find that. So let's go further into the tarot now and see what else. What is this kind of, it seems like this manifestation of abundance is blocked, or this project is blocked. So yeah, what can help with that? What can help with that? We've got community here? What can help with that? Page of Wands. Let's move these up actually, so we don't run out of space. Opa. Okay, the Page of Wands. So that's interesting that it's coming under the community card, because that can be a message to herald that, you know, especially in terms of finances, that some good things are on their way, or that this community reaching out, asking for support, asking for advice, not doing this endeavor alone, could be really, really successful and could be the way to go to grow it. Look at the mushrooms, it's like growing on her. There's an opportunity for growth here if you reach out. If you reach out is what I'm getting off of that. Okay, what else have we got? Again, we have the Eight of, the Eight of Honey, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I always get kind of a mentor vibe off of this. Yes, it's hard work for sure, keep learning your craft, whatever it is, but I also get the vibe of turning to someone who might be, you know, you being the page, looking to someone who's done this before, you know, someone a bit more ahead in this game that you're in, or this business you're in, or this kind of field that you're in. Looking to them and asking for their advice. I really feel like to step out of feeling alone in this is going to help you either decide to carry on with this project or abandon it and go into something else. Okay, let's get another card. So the Star wanted to come out also. Okay, so I feel like this could definitely be a wish for you. And there's frustration and a lack of patience because of things not going, you know, as fast as you would like. But there's an indication here to kind of soul search again and see if it really is something, you know, whatever this endeavor is, a wish, a dream, you know, and it means a lot to you, then make a way. You will and can find a way to make it work. Okay, don't give up. There is an indication not to give up just yet, especially if you haven't sought advice or help or support yet from a community, or taken some downtimes. And sometimes this could be you've been in your head too much, sticking to thinking about this or putting too much energy into this, and you need to have a bit of a break and some social time to, you know, help clear your head, maybe get another perspective, thaw out all of these frozen thoughts and dead ends. You know, some warmth. Look at the warmth in this card of community, of friendship. Just take a little bit of a step back. You don't have to be worried like you're missing out, or if I don't invest right now, it's not going to be getting anywhere. Like, it seems like it's not getting anywhere just yet now. So taking a little bit of a break, kind of aligning yourself with your dreams, your wishes, what you actually want from this, could be really key in getting it started again, or getting something better started for yourselves. Okay, but turn to these people. This has come up so strongly, that the light in this side of the reading is telling me, like, shine a light on this community. Mentors, people you can talk to, are gonna help you grow this. And if it's not this specific thing that you've got in mind right now, okay, they're going to help you find another way to something that is still a wish. Okay, take the time, allow yourself to take this pause without feeling so stressed by that, because it seems like it's stressful. It seems like a real blockade. Look, you've got like icy mountains there, which you look up at them and think, oh my goodness, how am I going to cross this? Got the Six of Songs I wanted to come out there, which is also the Six of Pentacles. It's like sometimes it stands for like nostalgia, going back to your past. Maybe there's something from your past, or people from your past, friends, that might be able to help you with this. Okay, or just like getting out of this heavy, because this is quite adult energy. When I see frozen finance, maybe stepping back into some socializing, you know, you're kind of reigniting that inner child within you, because that, you know, we've got the page of wands here as well, like that curiosity, re-sparking that light, that fire, because it seems that this is whatever you're going towards now has taken that out of you. You know, you're feeling frozen. Your fire, or, you know, the star that was in you, that wish, seems like it's, you know, for a star, this is quite, you know, it's quite a bleak looking star, isn't it? It's quite covered right now. Her light isn't fully shining yet, so maybe you're feeling bogged down by all the sort of mundane adult things that have gone with this project, and you need to just find a new lease of life by connecting with others, by getting that childlike enthusiasm back. And seeing the 10 of Wands flash there, you've put a lot of hard work into this and you're feeling quite weighed down by that. You know, and it's hard when we put hard work into something, we expect to reap the rewards. You know, you're probably thinking like to the universe, well, I've put the time in, you know, it's my wish, why isn't it coming to pass? There's something you're missing here, and I think that is these connections and partnerships. Got the Knight of Honey that wanted to come out, slow progress, Knight of Pentacles, but he's moving forward, okay? Please do not, again, that same message, it is okay to not be making these really fast, you know, FOMO movements right now. He's looking again towards this community, towards this wish. He's looking back across all the other cards. He's saying, okay, I need to put my attention elsewhere. If keeping, like, chucking things at this and chucking energy at this right now and it's not moving anywhere, then I need to change where I'm throwing my energy. Change things up, get another perspective. A mentor. Again, she's really standing out to me, this person. Look for this person, you know. It's like a master herbalist in this card. She's understood the trees. She's waited with the 7 of Pentacles and she's reaping the rewards with the 8. You know, she put the hard work into the craft and the bees are just coming to her now. She's grown the flower. Someone who's already done something similar to what it is that you want to do. They could be really helpful right now in giving you advice to get through this block. You know, maybe you're creative. It's a creative block. We all go through it. All of us reach these sort of dead ends with our projects at times, but they're not dead ends. That's what Spirit wants me to say. They're just an opportunity to reroute, or to, maybe you've forgotten something within, maybe you've forgotten that wish or that childlike energy that you started off with this project in, that kind of energy you started with, and you need to get back to that, and connecting with others and is the way to do that, is what I'm seeing. Bottom deck energy, I just wanted to come there, is the 8 of Cups. Okay, now that can definitely be walking away from something for sure, to go find something new, and for some of you that might be what you have to do. But look, she's looking at all those other cups and seeing like there's still growth there. If you can see, it's quite a different 8 of Cups, this. Those cranes are still carrying her wishes. I don't necessarily think this is you having to abandon something completely. I think you need to change the way that you're going about it. It's like I can see this kind of cranes trying to pull you away, like stop being too focused on what you expected it to go, or like this rigid kind of idea of how you thought this was going to go, and stay open to other ways of getting this going. That's what I'm hearing from that. Stay open to that. Don't stubbornly hang on, keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. You need to take a break to find another way of looking at this, and look for support with this. That's coming very, very strong, because you are capable of getting this success. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, he's heading towards that kind of success. For sure, it might be at a slower pace than the other knights, but he's definitely making forward steps. So don't feel like you're stuck per se, because you're not. You just need to have a shift of perspective to get to where you want to be. That's what I'm being told. Okay, so let's get into some Diddy Tarot now to just clarify, like, what else is like blocking this endeavor right now. We've seen that it kind of needs to go on a pause because you need to rethink it and you need to reach out for support. Is there anything else that we need to know about that? Got the Emperor. Okay, stubborn energy, the Emperor in this, this is just male elephant, always get quite stubborn energies from them. They can be quite reckless and they can be quite controlling. You want to control this and you've got an expectation of how you want it to go and how you want it to be, and almost like you want to do it all alone. Like, I'm the leader, this is my project, and that is that. But that could be shooting you in the backside, Spirit's saying. Okay, relinquish some control in that aspect right now if you can. Obviously, when we've put finances into things, that's difficult, so obviously take it as it resonates, but still look to support. The Emperor has people around him. He doesn't have to stand all alone. He has advisors. Sometimes when we're sat there and we're stuck in our ways and we're stuck in a sort of energy of frustration, we don't always see everything that we need to see. Sometimes we need, I don't know if you can see on this elephant, there's like mountains and skies and his headpiece. You need a higher perspective, to step away from the illusions of the moon that you're telling yourself, and actually ask people. You're not all alone in this. Ask people to help you with that, help you see a different perspective, so you can for these snowy mountains into these nice green mountains of growth. What else could be blocking this? What else could be blocking this? Two of Cups. Again, the indication, reach out, partnerships, Is this still a project of love? Ask yourself that. Because this could be your relationship to whatever it is. And it seems like it could be some sort of career-based thing more so. Your relationship to it anymore. Like, question your relationship to this project you've got going on. Is there love there? Okay. It's still a project of love. Have you forgotten that? Like, why you set out on it in the first place? Have you kind of stepped away from that because of the humdrum and the stresses that comes along with these kind of endeavors sometimes? Okay. And partnerships, again, people outside of yourself to lean on, that will help you get back to that. Okay. So let's look what will help them, because it seems like Spirit wants to just be telling us things that are helpful, so that's good. Something flipped there. What was that? The Five of Swords. Okay. Again, some walking away energy. So what I'm getting off this card is a couple of things. One is that it's definitely on your mind. If you walk away from this, like, what's the cost? Like, that could actually be, actually the financial cost. Three of Swords as well. That seems like it would be quite a heartbreaking thing to do. Okay, because it seems you've invested a lot into this already. But the other thing I'm getting from this card is, don't cut and run too soon. Okay, don't deceive yourself in feeling that you have to do that, especially if you haven't looked at other avenues or you haven't tried to reach these other perspectives or ask for support. Try that first. Okay, try that first. That's definitely an indication to do that. Because look, bottom deck energy, there is the Sun. There is happiness to be found in this, or something. It might not be the way that you've imagined it originally, but there's something that can come from this. Whatever you've planted, right, already, though that may be frozen, may be paused, there's still growth to be had from it, even if it's not the plant that you first put in. If that makes sense. You might have put seeds for a sunflower and now you're going to be getting a rose, but you're still getting a plant, and it could end up being better than what you originally had in mind. You need some new ideas. You need some new, what's the word? You need to inject something new into it, I think, and that starts with looking at your own self, your own motivations, again, finding the reason why you started it in the first place. Okay, you've got the Ace of Swords coming out. You're going to find clarity in this. You will find clarity in a new beginning. You're not going to give up on this. Even if you start something and it's not quite the same thing, you're going to have a new beginning with that. Two of Wands, planning. Okay, you need to find your love for it again, refine that. Why am I doing this? Okay, talk to others, get support from others, relinquish your stubbornness of expectation and the control of, oh, it had to be this way. Okay, my way or the highway. You're being encouraged to look at other ways to relate to this project and to get it going again. Reignite that spark, that childlike enthusiasm. Seek out information that might be helping you. If you're stuck in this because you don't have a certain knowledge base, then, you know, go and find out what you can learn in that regard from a mentor or off your own back. Because there still is, you know, Spirit is saying there is still something to be had from this. There's definitely something to be had. Oh, what wants to come out here? Something number 2. 6 of Cups again. That childlike enthusiasm. The Devil. Control. Don't be lured in by these sort of attachments to how you feel things should turn out. I don't know if you can see those, but yeah, just take your time to go in. 6 of Cups coming up twice. Come on, guys. That's definitely telling you need to refine that childlike enthusiasm again. And you're going to do that through community and reaching out to people. Taking a break from this, a much needed break to get it restarted again. You know, Ace of Swords, a new opportunity. Knight of Pentacles, still working towards something. You will find your way, justice. You will get there. Okay. Let's get you some oracles now, because I feel like we just need a little bit of encouragement, because it seems quite heavy and quite frustrated energy. That's what I'm getting off you guys. And that's okay, man. It's frustrating when we put time and effort into things and just not going the way we planned. It's the thing with plans and expectations. They can cause a lot of frustration and worry within themselves. Take a step back, okay? You're being invited to take a step back. You will get this going. It might not be in the way that you first envisioned, but it's still, you're gonna reap something from this. It's not a complete lost cause. If it's a business you have to abandon, you would have learned a lot of things of what to do for your next one, right? It's never a waste. It's never a waste. You can always, you know, find money and investment again, okay? But lean on your community, lean on mentors around you. Go and do some stuff that makes you feel more in touch with your child self again. Okay, what we got? Soul growth, Llama. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust the journey. Oh, I know these are difficult things to hear from Spirit, but they're literally saying divine timing, and you're growing. There's lessons you're learning in this for your own good, and so that your abundance, you know, is on pause right now because they want to give you something better. You need to learn something about this project, this business, whatever it is that you're kind of struggling with right now. Bear, you are the light. It is safe to step fully into your light. Okay, come out of this dark kind of frozen headspace as well. That's what they're telling me. Go back to your community, go back to your friendships. You know, if you've not been giving time to them because you've been so bogged down by whatever this is, the worries and stresses of this, have some fun, okay? Shadow work, Fox. There are no shadows without light. Again, the invitation, step out of the darkness. Even your star is so sort of like muted in this card. You need to find your spark again so that you can reignite whatever this is. Bring it back to life, because it seems quite frozen right now. Okay. Courage, again, you are being tested. Have faith. Okay, have faith, all right? You will get there. So it's just the pause because you're learning stuff through this. Okay, you're not alone. Lean on people. I can't stress that enough. You need to get out of this humdrum and kind of frustrated energy that you're in right now in regards to this. I'm going to get you some from the Work Your Light Oracle now. It's a lot of imagery of finding your light, actually, even with your moth. Remember, being your first kind of point of call. You're in the dark, but moths always want to find their way to the light. You will find your way to the light, okay? Just look for it. Look for it in the people around you, in your interests. Have some downtime, maybe. Okay. Let's get 2 cards from this. So we have share your voice. Okay. It's the same message. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. You need to find your inspiration again, okay? You've been stuck in this frozen cave and hole of how do I make this work for too long now, okay? and the manifestations and the seeds, they're not growing because there's no light to help them grow. And as you're their grower, you need to be the one that's stepping out back into your light. Okay, your Page of Wands, your Six of Cups, you need that. You're going to just start, reach out, take that break, take it as a good thing. Okay, don't see it as a bad thing. What we got? Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Oh my goodness. I think pile 1 got this as well. Phoenix rising. Okay, something will come out of the ashes of this. If you have to abandon it, it's not all lost. Because I promise you, you know, there's no such thing really as failure. It's just another stepping stone to where you're meant to go. And you learn so much, you know, from failed businesses, all the, you know, so many kind of successful entrepreneurs will tell you this, you know, how many failures have they had? And, you know, they've learned something from each and every one of them. How can you mother yourself? And not a star mother. You need to look after yourself. Okay, get away from this. You need a break from this, I think. And that's okay. It can be on pause right now till you decide what you want to do with it, and that's fine. You can take that time. I think a lot of us are scared to take that time. Like I said, you had from the beginning, you had a lot of anxious energy about running out of time and these choices you have to make. And that can be very ruminative, but that kind of energy is not going to help it, is it? It's not moving forward. It's staying in that energy. So you need to try something new. That's what Spirit's saying. I'm giving you the opportunity to pause and go and have some fun. Go into your community, go see your friends, talk to the people, see what they have to say. You know, these trusted mentors, people who've done it before you, or seek them out, seek that information out, and you will get there. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, pile number 3. I hope that resonated. If it did, please give it a thumb up, comment, subscribe, share if you like. It all helps. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.